All right, we're going to continue here in the Dua book. We have reached very, very important chapter, amongst other very important chapters. باب فيما استعاذ منه النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وما أمر أن يستعاذ منه. What the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam sought refuge from and commanded to seek refuge from. Okay. Yes. So this is a chapter that you can add all of it to your tahseen in the morning and in the evening. And it's a nice full chapter. We have about 10 or so hadiths here. Let us complete what Allah makes easy for us today. The author says, may Allah have mercy upon him, Al-Bukhari and Muslim narrated from Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam used to say, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min hululil bala. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min hululil bala. ومن درك الشقاء ومن درك الشقاء وشماتة الأعداء. Okay, that's not too challenging, inshallah. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من حلول البلاء ومن درك الشقاء وشماتة الأعداء. Oh Allah, I seek refuge with you from the befalling of severe calamities. Allahumma, O Allah, inni a'udhu bika, surely I seek refuge with you, min hululil bala, from the befalling of calamities, from the of disasters, yani from calamities, disasters, tragedies happening to me, or happening. So it's broad, very important. Allah knows what you'll be protected from when you say something like this. وَمِن دَرْكِ الشَّقَاءِ, and from being overtaken by misery. So I have a question here about the shaqa. Says a shaqa here might be translated as bad ending. Yeah. What is the meaning of shaqa here? The application of the shaqa. You know, in religion, in the aqidah, there's something called shaqawah, which is the shaqa, which is it's translated here as misery, being miserable, being wretched, shaqa. Shaqi, that means if someone has this, then he's a shaqi. Who's the shaqi? The shaqi is, according to the Ash'aris, the one who is destined to die as a kafir. Is that what's meant here? I don't have any details here. Is this, for example, religious, a linguistic usage of shaqa? Or is it the strictly aqidah usage of shaqa? Allahu alam. Say it anyway. وَشَمَاتَةِ الْأَعْدَاءِ. What's going to be your intention when you say that? Your intention is whatever it protects you from, that's what you're seeking refuge from. Like how you say, whatever istiwa means, I believe in it. You'll say this, you say, whatever is protecting me from, I seek refuge with Allah from that. وَشَمَاتَةِ الْأَعْدَاءِ, and the triumphant mockery of the enemies. And the triumphant mockery of the enemies. Yes. Yani, and I seek refuge with you, O Allah, from my enemies being happy about my problems and defeats. Yes. MashaAllah. This is amongst what Prophet Harun mentioned to Prophet Musa alayhi salatu wassalam. When Musa came back from his retreat to receive the revelation, retreat here meaning his appointment, to receive the revelation, it took him away for over a month. And he left Harun in charge of the children of Israel. He came back to find the children of Israel worshiping a calf. And he was so upset about this kufr that he tossed the tablets of the Torah, not in a disrespectful way, not in a haram way, but he had a big issue he needed to take care of, so he got those out of his hand. And he went to his brother, and he grabbed his brother by the head and by the beard. Someone might interpret that as Musa disrespecting his brother. You cannot interpret it this way. Rather, he was upset about the kufr. Prophet Musa alayhi salatu wassalam, like other prophets, he does not tolerate the kufr. But he has his own case of not tolerating the kufr. Alayhi salatu wassalam. So he took his brother by the head and by the beard. And he said to him, "Why didn't you come and get me?" And other things he said to him. So Harun told him, "Oh, son of my mother, do not take me by the head and do not take me by the beard in this way in front of these people, so that the bad people will not rejoice." This is what he's talking about. The shamata. So that the bad people will not rejoice over that. They're going to see that just from the outside. Just enough to make them happy. Don't do that, so that those people would be happy about something. So, mashallah. May Allah protect us from all of this. Ameen. Muslim narrated that Aisha radiyallahu anha reported that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam used to say in his supplication, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min sharri ma amiltu wa min sharri ma lam a'mal. That's also not too challenging, inshallah. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min sharri ma amiltu wa min sharri ma lam a'mal. Anha, underline. Thank you. Oh Allah, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika. I indeed seek refuge with you. Min sharri ma amilt. From the evil of that which I have done. Or I think we can just say, from the evil of what I have done. Wa min sharri ma lam a'mal. And from the evil of that which I have not done. What's the explanation of that? From the evil of what I have not done. I don't know. But be mindful about the evil of what you do. Yani, sometimes you don't know the repercussions. For example, when Prophet Yusuf alayhi salatu wassalam exposed his identity to his brothers, and then they knew that they had been dealing with Yusuf all that time, if you know the story. alayhi salatu wassalam. Yani, what was it that made them know who Yusuf was? He said to them, do you know what you did to Yusuf and his brother when you were ignorant? Do you know what you did to Yusuf and his brother when you were ignorant? So they didn't know he was Yusuf. Then that's when they realized. قالوا أئنك لأنت يوسف. They said, is it you? أئنك, is it you? لأنت يوسف? Indeed, you are Yusuf? قال أنا يوسف وهذا أخي. He said, I am Yusuf, and this is my brother. And he says with majesty and dignity and respect, I am Yusuf, and this is my brother. But what did he mean when he told them, do you know what you did to Yusuf and his brother when you were ignorant? There's several ways to explain that. And some of them said, when you were ignorant of what would transpire as a result of what you did, broke up the family, yani, you caused many things you didn't know was going to be like snowball effect from what you have done. Subhanallah. So, اللهم إني أعوذ بك من شر ما عملت ومن شر ما لم أعمل. Oh Allah, I seek refuge with you from the evil of what I have done and from the evil of that which I have not done. Muslim, Abu Dawood, and others narrated that Abdullah ibn Umar reported the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam that reported the Messenger of Allah used to that reported that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam used to supplicate thusly. This is how he used to supplicate. This is one of his du'as. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من زوال نعمتك وتحول عافيتك وفجأة نقمتك وجميع سخطك. اللهم إني أعوذ بك إني أعوذ بك من زوال نعمتك وتحول عافيتك وتحول عافيتك وفجأة نقمتك. Jim has a qalqalah, وفجأة, and Qaf has a qalqalah. وفجأة نقمتك. I'm doing all this stuff here. And sometimes cross my mind, it's not a good idea. But I think it's whisper of the devil. When I find devil wants to stop me from doing something, then means probably it's something I should do. وجميع سخطك. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من زوال نعمتك. Oh Allah, I indeed seek refuge with you from the withholding of your favor. Withholding, zawal, from the vanishing, for your endowment to go away. وتحول عافيتك, and the decline of the good health you have given, with capital Y. يعني وتحول عافيتك, the afia is the well-being. Your well-being, meaning the well-being that you have granted, tahawuluhu, I seek refuge with you. So it's translated here as the decline of good health. يعني تحول لعافيتك means يعني the afia being the good, the well-being. So the tahawul here means the change of it, which means here how it's translated. It's just not literal translation, but that's the meaning. For the well-being to not be as it was, not to stay. So the decline of good health is how it's translated here. We still need to get our hands on that explanatory book. I think we need to get our hands on that explanatory book. وَفَجِئَةِ نِقْمَتِكَ وَفَجِئَةِ نِقْمَتِكَ and the suddenness of your punishment. What does it say here? The suddenness of your punishment. Yes, correct. We agreed. وَجَمِيعِ سَخَطِكَ and all of what earns your, one might say wrath. It says here non-acceptance. Personally, I think the word wrath works, but a lot of our brothers and sisters are averse to that word. They feel this has too much meaning of emotion for them, but I think it works. Okay. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من زوال نعمتك وتحول عافيتك وفجأة نقمتك وجميع سخطك. And I don't think it's too challenging, but might be a little bit challenging. So practice it, inshallah. Al-Bukhari, Muslim, Abu Dawood, and others narrate that Aisha radiyallahu anha reported that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam used to say, Allahum. Okay, this one's a little bit long. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من عذاب القبر ومن فتنة الغنى والفقر اللهم اغسلني من الخطايا بماء الثلج والبرد اللهم أنق قلبي من الخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس اللهم باعد بيني وبين خطاياي كما باعدت بين المشرق والمغرب اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الكسل والهرم والمأثم والمغرم. Okay. اللهم اغسلني اللهم إني أعوذ بك إني أعوذ بك من عذاب القبر. Can stop here. ومن فتنة ومن فتنة الغنى والفقر. قلقلة on the قاف. والفقر. اللهم اغسلني اللهم اغسلني من الخطايا اغسلني من الخطايا بماء الثلج والبرد. قلقلة on the dab. If you stop. اللهم أنق قلبي أنقي قلبي. You have two coughs in a row here. قيقة قيقة. أنقي قلبي. In two different words though. You can see it in the Arabic. قيقة. اللهم أنقي قلبي من الخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس. باء has قلقلة. كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس. اللهم أنقي قلبي من الخطايا. You have a kha here. من الخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس. You have a doubled cough here. ينقى. اللهم باعد بيني وبين خطاياي كما باعدت بين المشرق والمغرب. Here, instead of a D here, I'm going to put a T. باعدت. Because yes, even though in Arabic there's a ta here and after a dal, so that would be D, T. But the dal merges into the ta when you read it. So you're going to pronounce two tas instead of a dal and a ta. So instead of saying ba'adta, that's a dal and a ta. Ba'adta. Instead of that, you're just going to merge the dal into the ta. So you say ba'adta. That's like what's in Surah Al-Kafirun. Wala ana abidun ma abadtum. There. Ma abadtum. You don't say ma abadtum. So. Allahumma ba'id. Qalqala on the dal. باعد بيني وبين خطاياي كما باعدت بين المشرق والمغرب. قلقلة on the back. Now recognize all these things might not be easy for very, very, very beginner. So just let them learn though. And I can change it. I can reduce all that. But sometimes you can let a new person learn. You don't have to make everything simple for only new person. But you can. Yani. Just want to remind you. You can teach new person something so he can know it. He didn't know it before. And you don't have to say new person won't know it. Yani. Let him learn, then he's going to know it. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الكسل والهرم. So maybe new person, if this got printed the way I'm doing it now, if all these are not removed in printing, and those are all there, so then new person, what is going to do? He doesn't know, he should come to you. He say, why this like that? Then you have two ways to answer this. One way to answer is to say, well, this is supposed to be like reminder for you of tajweed rules. So when you see like this, you can do like that. And the other way to answer is like this. Yeah, I know, man. You know, the people always doing stuff, man. You know, it's got to be something. Complain, blah blah. Problem. That's another way to answer too. A lot of people answer this way. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الكسل والهرم والمأثم والمغرم. والمأثم والمغرم. Yes. Here, if you stop, remove the I here. والمغرم. Okay. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من عذاب القبر. Oh Allah, I seek refuge with you from the torture of the grave. That's yet another text that mentions the torture of the grave. The scholars said the Torture of the grave is confirmed from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam by tawatur, successive mass report. Yani, the sum of the reports of the torture of the grave from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam are so abundant that they total successive mass report in meaning. It's not one incident. Yani, a tawatur report, successive mass report, doesn't have to be one thing that happened and then many people saw it and then spread it. It could be many instances of the same thing in such a way that when you put them together, it's like a bunch of people saw the same thing, a big group of people. So that's how torture of the grave is. Meaning, even if this one hadith here is not a tawatur hadith, nor is if another hadith that mentions the torture of the grave is not a tawatur hadith, or another, but when you put them all together, you're definitely going to have a mutawatir report in meaning by the totality of that. Same thing for the Prophet's miracles. Even if this miracle is witnessed by one person, this miracle is witnessed by one or two people, this miracle, but when you total his miracles, and some of them, of course, were witnessed by large masses, but when you total his miracles, then the result is that his performing supernatural feats is a successive mass report in meaning. وَمِن فِتْنَةِ الْغِنَى وَالْفَقْرِ, and from the tribulation of richness, let's say wealth, and from the tribulation of wealth and despicability, the tribulation of wealth. Subhanallah wa bihamdi. May Allah protect us. What did the Prophet say? Alayhi salatu wassalam. Ni'mal malu salih lirrajuli salih. What a good thing is good money for a good man. Any one of you who is blessed with wealth, use that wealth to your advantage. Use that wealth to your advantage of to do good deeds, supporting the dawah and providing for your family and paying your debts and making hajj and paying the zakat and giving charities. This is very, very, very good. MashaAllah. And don't let your wealth be a fitna for you. May Allah protect us. Nor your beauty also, if you are amongst those. And nor your youth also. Amongst the worst combinations is money, youth, and spare time. Money, youth, and spare time. Bad combination. وَمِن فِتْنَةِ الْغِنَى وَالْفَقْرِ, and from the tribulation of wealth and of despicability. The faqr here, the poverty, is the lowness, the depravity, the vileness. Barakallahu fikum. Oh, that's a big book. Someone sent me the explanatory one. All right. Inshallah, we're going to make use of that. Not today, though. We're almost done for today. اللهم اغسلني من الخطايا بماء الثلج والبرد. Oh Allah, wash away my sins with the water of snow and hail. This is evidence that the water of snow and the water of hail purify religious impurity and physical filth. Just by the Prophet mentioning them in this way. Yani, the Prophet mentioned the water of the snow and the hail. The Prophet ﷺ mentioned the water of the snow and the hail washing away these sins. And sins, that's a figurative purification. Tahara Purification in Arabic, it includes the removal of physical filth and the removal of uh, defects, personal defects, not physical defects, personality defects. That's how the Prophet mentioned the water of the snow and the hail here. The scholars therefore concluded that snow and hail are purifying, actually, in reality, literally, for religious impurity and physical filth. The water of the snow and the hail, you have to melt it first. It's not purifying while it's still frozen. Can't make wudu with snow. It's not valid. You just grab snow and rub it on your face. That's not valid. Not without water running. اللهم أنق قلبي من الخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس. O Allah, cleanse my heart from all the sins as the white garment would be cleansed from the filth or from the dirt. Danas, dirt. If we reserve the word filth for najas, if we want to reserve the word filth for najas, then we can translate danas as dirt. Wasakh. Al-wasakh. اللهم باعد بيني وبين خطاياي كما باعدت بين المشرق والمغرب. Oh Allah, put great distance between me and my sins, as great as the distance you have made between the east and the west. I don't think those need capitalization there. اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الكسل والهرم والمأثم والمغرم. Oh Allah, I seek refuge with you from laziness, old age, sin, and debt. MashaAllah. What's the laziness? Kasal is the lack of ambition. Adamul himmah, yani the lack of drive, being unmotivated. You know what laziness means. Not good. Rather, the Muslims, yani the Muslims are like ants, with the meaning of busy, busy, always busy, like bees, busy, busy, always busy. Don't you see how many things the Muslims are always doing? Always, always, always doing stuff. The kuffar see the Muslims from the outside, they say these guys are always doing something. Subhanallah, how they spread Islam from Morocco to China in 20 something years. This is unprecedented. They were not lazy. You see some of our mashayikh, they are producing books always, like their books coming out, coming out, coming out. Some people tell me, man, you work so much. Yani, what I see what those sheikhs are doing, I feel like I don't do anything. Allah bless their time. And I'm so lazy too. And I seek refuge with you, min al haram, from the old age. Yani, the inconvenience of the old age, where you find yourself, for example, your health's failing, you have pains, and maybe your memory too, and you can't do things. Maybe you cannot help yourself with things. Yani, simple things. Maybe you cannot take out the trash. Maybe you cannot do your laundry. Yani, from the old age. Or other things. And I remind myself, I remind you, and I remind myself, and I remind myself. Take care of yourself. Subhanallah wa bihamdi. Eat better. I'm talking to myself here. Eat better. Exercise. MashaAllah. So that, inshallah, yani, that will benefit us in the long run. You see what's the case of the people who took care of themselves when they were young? On average, they are in a better situation when they are older. May Allah enable us. Ameen. Wal ma'tham, and sin, yani. The sin doesn't have any blessing. The sin is going to bring you calamity, loss, ruin, poverty, etc. It's no good. Wal maghram, and debt. How are you going to get some debt, by the way? Could have debt because you took a loan or loans. Could have debt because you married a woman, didn't pay her dowry, still on you. Or you could have debt because you divorced a woman, didn't pay her mut'ah, still on you. Or you could have a debt because you got hired to do something and you didn't do it yet, and maybe even got paid too. You were hired and you were paid, you didn't work yet, you have a debt on you. Or the other way, you hired someone, you did the work, you didn't pay him yet, you have a debt on you. Wallahu a'lam. Let's stop there. Next one is a long one too, so I think we took enough for today.